for after Supreme Court ruling some the actual NPP for injunction against President Mahama Nuguino. I think some other institutions for omo hwehwe omo ho omo tikika didn't nyakasa ene ewie ya easy all mind easy waka na no atum da man for say result no mubon wi waka Ablekuma North ye hu bibi en manim ya mfa de mode sa for no enye Ablekuma for still na ne ente ho asem ya no don prebe shiki no ho ankosiaga NDC force yenye run an election in the 62 polling stations na mosomuni pink sheet no almost lalai. So as you speak after this court case in Berry EC from nowhere etima appear ababontin ababe press conference Astom radio stations ababe saying Ablekuma North yebe ABC na sise niema se ne hia na result ni ayewie deben ebekwa kwatie sa information nyina shibokwe kuna this information ebetu dwa after that no tafu MP on a ginemo at the court case and a Supreme Court case no defend the suspended Chief Justice Mami Tokono waba bontin wase won call for appeal bia wagini case atum president nkoso onye na adwuma enkono kwiti sign.
What's the latest on Ablekuma North? Sisi assembly in parent in Ablekuma North any member of parliament
Ablekuma North no story yes. The major issue is we need to agree with the police for because security issue
yes
I think 2 weeks ago so go share I'm not member program go share police for headquarters now we requested for the security norm say that my IGP no
okay
to my understanding say they said IGP no brief no my other will be invited again or into we are waiting for them to
but what can you read and as more security and the
joy is kind of can in every you and the can in every now call collision center on attack and
issues never
exactly and to me the results should be there because we can read it is a commission
at the polling station
exactly I can declare results into pink sheets now were out. Yes, that kind of was just to do the collation.
Now pink sheets no committee no more
some of them go we have the bishop boxes.
Yes.
So we were contemplating say if fiscal one no me we will go back to the box.
Okay.
The next day box no
and then some more attack correct. In just east in Ankasa no more pink sheets no money
exactly so.
And the which ones do you rely on?
We rely on parties phone na any copies.
Yes.
Other media, other people also have copies. Yes. If you bring it then we realize it's authentic. Maybe a person of confirm one. Another party phone agree.
Yes.
We use it. Now, because for example, in a one polling station, yes. That point can make a difference.
Yes.
If you're going to results. So what they did is both sides, they have a tally sheet.
Yes.
On the tally sheet, they have their results on it, which is not format.
Okay.
But they also they say as at the point them now and before you're comfortable because it was not going but then we are tally sheet, so that's what we use to add and
in the case of Ablekuma North, no tally sheet no money.
I don't want to
but I understand. Because even with the pink sheet now, what them are party for Nankasa no and you're comfortable with Obiade. Obias Ḻose there is tempering the Akosone Sanyamano. And what that tells me is that we might never get to the bottom of this. What will be the final alternative? A re-election? And
me sitting here, this I'm speaking for myself.
Yes.
I am not comfortable when we talk of the rerun.
Okay.
Rather than that, we are going to set a precedent. So next time we can destroy But once the results were successfully declared in there, it's not like the country region council state there.
Yes.
I mean,
mankind.
But I can't declare results, So, and I know so both parties, they have the results. So they to help us to get the results.
Yeah, but if they are disagreeing with the result, or more will be now, then we cannot rely.
And then that one will be the decision of the commission.
Of the commission to decide. Good.
And so who can not also until the return officer has been engaging.
Yes.
The people. So return officer one year in recruitment.
Yes.
So has been engaging the people.
It is who here police for them more to go and do the collation.
Exactly so.
And yet to go and do counting.
Not at all.
A collation.
Exactly so.
And I'm more exactly. Now police want them commission away. And I know
what I'm buying now. I come back the photos. You can't know about confusing.
Accra, you know. Yes. Regional one.
Yes.
No, not national. National.
Last two national. How long people glasses in them? And yes,
national maybe a soldier for baby one. And I'm not glasses. And the guy is near at all.
Is it where our elections are going, you know?
Yeah.
It's not the best.
Yeah.
Because maybe the voter should be the decider.
Yeah.
And the energy to say, I told baby, I can't be.
Coalition should be.
I first say, I say, I saw my can say, another man say, I'm going to do 2 documents.
Yes.
Why should be difficult for us
to reproduce it?
And we know, sir, both NPP and this, you know, or can say by 12 o'clock. Of that on the 7th, no?
Yes.
No, maybe my collation. So what happened? Because they didn't do a collation, no? So
result, police station results.
Exactly. So they have it to me, and nobody, they cannot tell that they don't have it. They have it. So they should commit themselves and we say, let's set, and then to this one may not favor you. Tomorrow it could be used against you. Do you remember them? Once the process was completed, police station results were declared. It shouldn't be difficult for them to get the results.
To do the collation of the various polling stations. And in fact, say law on the cracker say at every polling station, see a postie a copy of the results.
And they'll do one more way. And they'll go if you want. And this is how I was going to put the bone now. We're not doing it. We're not. And they'll do one more way.
Yeah, I mean, it is all tested. The limits of our constitution.
Absolutely. I mean, lawyers there at every point in time. When you see a lacuna in the law, I mean, that is why we went to the law school.
Sure.
For the sake of posterity, so that in future we will be governed as to how some of these issues will have to be tackled, especially when we have a constitution that has lived for over 20 years. We need a review. In the absence of that, it is only case law that can fill the lacunas that we have. What I was expecting in court, that's not. What I was in court, that's not what I got. 3-2 is okay. It tells you, say, at least.
But that gives hope for a review. And
absolutely.
And what take is a decision? No?
Well,
and I'm going to
train full judgment. But you see, for 2 judges of the Supreme Court to see potency in our argument suggests to me that we have a case. I don't think I would drag my feet at all in having a review of the matter. And then the see court, you know. Well, as a lawyer, I would say is Mrana Akasa. And as an officer of the court, I have no doubt in my mind to impugn any other meanings into whatever has happened. Even though, given an opportunity and probably even on another platform, I have my own say. But when we got to the court, our first strategy was for us to see the bench. Because if you remember, the initial composition of the bench, was having Marietta chairing, and having people like Asidu and the others, even Kolindi Dems were all not part of the initial panel. No, and when we got to the court, Yakasa court rise, then I saw a different constitution of the panel. I was surprised, and the biggest surprise to me was to have the acting CJ himself also sitting on the matter
as the chair
of the panel.
But no, Mubusa, I said, were you reasonably expecting the same panel when you have a member of that initial panel as part of the committee eco probe CJ issues?
I say no argument in a sense.
Yes.
The president ought to have known that judge is a member
of the panel. In the committee.
Absolutely. The president cannot take a CDU off a panel a matter, because that is what in its terms why one way or the other the president sought to take off a CDU from the panel, and it is argument say I know you're right because a panel has already been constituted.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Panel now constituted. Applications have been filed, responses have been given from the AG and what have you. It is my considered opinion. Say you are starting hearing, and as a matter now is properly before the court.
Yes.
Especially when you had the judges, as it were, listening to both parties. It is only at the time where AG can say, oh, or more conference, please stand the matter down. And they did so sinidai.
Yeah.
In Tisiaba, the next court data, it is my expectation that the same panel will sit. Even if a CDU any court bench in this one, then a CDU will have to be replaced. That was what I was expecting.
Yes.
Even though I do not even think that the CDU should have been replaced, because the CDU was part of the panel. In any case, the CDU should not be part of the committee, because the panel had already been constituted to include a CDU to hear the matter. So that was me believe at the time. Anna, if you say who say na acting CJ, I say me say for whom because directly or indirectly, you are a beneficiary of whatever is happening. Because you can't say suspend the CJ, when I acting CJ.
Yes.
By
constitutional injunction.
Yes.
And yeah, they are president, they are appointing as a acting CJ. And the issue of benefit, and that's what the Deputy Attorney General counter argument. They say you don't have to see that acting CJ role as a role.
Personal benefit. In fact, he said the personal benefit.
Absolutely.
It is my considered opinion that when we say that justice will have to be done, or justice will have to be seen to be done, not only to be done. Mini Sija can say we can come back. You know why? Because let the Ghanaian people see and believe that indeed justice is going to be done. Especially when you know that there are a lot of judges who are capable, like yourself, to sit on the matter. In 2012, and I'm using this as an example even before I come to practical case laws that deals with this matter similarly as we stated in court. In 2012 election petition, and I am not saying this is an exact thing that happened. Election petition, Georgina Wood, she was the CJ at the time.
Yes.
Remember, she was appointed by President Kufuor. President Kufuor's party was the New Patriotic Party. It was the New Patriotic Party that had come to court.
Yes.
To say, yes, you know, and now the papa, and this is where we are. And the never declares say you win elections. So it is not necessarily about the constitutionality, but the fairness of it. To appear and to let people know, say indeed what is happening is fair and just. And that is how come, in my estimation, the woman decided not to sit on the matter, rather empaneled other members to sit on the matter. You know, so beyond to me, I say just Georgina Wood, President Kufuor now appointed nobody by CJ. Into no idea and Uncle Beto now by the New Patriotic Party. She distanced herself. The appropriateness of it is her contention, not the legality of it necessarily.
Fast forward to 2020, the CJ then chaired the election petition panel.
Who sent the matter to court?
The MD
absolutely. So it is different. So even in court, we had cause to even state the Tufo versus Attorney General instance.
Yeah.
In all the cases that were cited, Tufo versus Attorney General, none of these chief justices were suspended. And so, whatever has happened with respect to the acting CJ sitting on the matter, and with all honesty, I will not say it is unconstitutional. In fact, Dame was right on point when he said that it is not as if you do not have the authority under the Constitution
to empanel.
To empanel, you have it. But to empanel yourself in a matter like this, where the Chief Justice has been suspended,
and I want to
act. Once I empanel as a member, and today, if the Chief Justice is removed,
he was the president of the panel.
He was the president. He was the chair. And so, now a considered opinion that Bafuboni should not have sat on the matter. And two, apart from that objection,
si Jane Shua, si Jano, a Shua, one Casano Baba. Jizzy be Jane and Soy, and Campesa Besho, but si Jane Shua, one Casana bit to an amo about one thing. Once Mahama, President Mahama, on Kasi easy issue, on Kashi, because as an easy chair, more deputies, more men, more Huan assist, Huan in charge of IT, we will say Trump, NPP for whom still non-waging any assist on him dear Coso. Now, so no, oh, the way any may see Cono, one Kashi, and some one I'm obeying near my senefata. One I'm bit the key action, one Kashi, and so on say. One now Bob went to make out how Dina or Nangawa expected the president, Babe Casa, one of his speech, and as also come racing in him, Selena, Ayakofado, mechanism, fellow Ghanaians, no about one thing, no Akikana dream fine. This time, no, only sad time, no, because already, no. The way our modern mess and bread in the country, no, we need some time now, no, Babe caution, Babe warning, Babe can't say, oh, you have some actions to take, we need some time. In Tijana Kasankasa show, no, one customer Babe team, a Bora radio station, say, oh, Morenfi, let's see in the moon here security. See in the moon here bambo na abuamo amamotimedia taking some actions because there's a coalition of one when you might be the last time I'm trying to say will be declare result no some tax be here then ebura no matter all the securities I know the ewo so just ewo nyama na ewo ni nyina echino ni nyina nkosi aga so you feel say anytime be will be easy say and as somebody say, "Open will declare that result." No, a idea. You can say, "Munkwa ene die same." So we are na mushu. Now so you see, no, one sema okay. Say, "More bibia." Now so back here, the NDC my who we say, "Omoboa, omuwiye." That 62, 64 polling stations, no. Eya dia ni nyina no eho asem ye de ewo ho eya dia ni nyina errors ye de ewo ho but you people no mpese mo kwa dia na mo kwa niema na mo de ma nipa ba ko mo prefer candidates meanwhile the main EC chair declare say she is not the person or obitima you be MP. She is not the person that will be president. Name all those positions, and yet the citizens and it determines, oh, we need a pen, we need MP. If said this thing is in mind that I didn't think I won't hear re-election as a rerun because I already know. Mama will say, pin sheet and with the very coalition, Mumu be. That pin sheet na Mumu the bear coalition, you people money be. So only pinch that a bedwire coalition. So a crime bands on a multi coalitive. So pinch it in Munyan, because you people declared say moon need pinch it. To wound need pinch it, then a Muslim is in Munyabi. As I say, no person called quality. Namu hiya bambo. Crime bands. Intino and sending to Tarsum you. Now, so no. Na we nyina hyehyem homo mba wonten says is here no siege no de obeboa mo no ne tikeka no wana se bra wonten adobi zebra obi ze beka bibi eze kro obi anfa mo bi mo obi anfa mo bi obi declare obi anfa mo bi because all of you more hono mo ma kwan ma transparency mba wonten petitions are hold a man for there to 2 mamma. Any petitions get one. Just you people have to go. Or someone in Amoko. You resetting all that easy one. You painty or graph for you resetting in because of you people no. Monkwam time elections ni pay win a dorsal. Monkwam time elections ni pay your music in Japan say no a dorsal. Ain't member say nipa baako pe o nipa baako pe mienu pe bi baako mienu pe bi nti no mine nyina ke osaba ne nipa 8 nipa 6 o nipa baako mienu pe bi o repeatedly now dey what was am kwan kwa so dem kwadase and you expect is that office no you competent nti ma won koso enwo never now one say John Dramani Mahama no mumu na moye kese no mumu na moye kese mu o chance afri kese no on chance in free to ai so wo no won ko twa ne podia na ne tina bebo no da bi o twa mutina afiri so na afiri mo body ne nyina mo nse de aka nyina ya homa so as you speak no mo say see no ne faith aye ni ntino ya dia mo ankasa mo dream ka ba wontin mo ba my update session mo hia den obi ahia mo nipa odi case ni court no everything business afwa and lawyer former age go for damino case ni ko wiase no se omo kra appeal kra mo mpa biom omo mpa appeal the court na determine aye ono no person who dey ko be omo ye president nya na dey e wa we on passing bia aye o dey si wa on pa appeal bia on go be bia biom wa back it off aye tis our voice ni nya sem keto subscribe na share mo nua so dey nya binti afa once ni